we should be live. Hey, I don't know if you guys heard me, but I'm recording. Oh, I'm already live. No, it's good. You guys are good. I mean, right now I'm just waiting for more people to get in here. But also, I want to make sure, hey, everybody who's in the chat, just make sure you can hear all of us. So, I mean, I don't really care if you guys discuss. Yeah, so yeah, just check. Make sure you guys can let us know if you can hear the music just fine. If you can hear me, there's 3 other people on here. We have ItzSenzu over here, Legend. And we also have Halusa Twin. So, oh, yours all. We have 2 legends. Oh, we have many. And if you guys can check it out, I have the Budokai Tenkaichi. Oh, the music is too loud. Can't hear you. How about now? I put it down to like 3. Hey, let me know if you guys can hear me. Jordan Griffith. Thanks for the comment. Love you, man. I just want to know, though, is the music still too loud? You guys can hear me just fine? I think it's on 1. I think I got it on 1. We'll put our audio up. It's on 1 right now. How about that? Boom. I think I got it as down as I can go. I got it on 1 over here, and I got it on the desktop real loud. Music is too loud. I'll just turn it off. Is that good? Y'all good with that? Because I definitely want to make sure you guys can hear me. That's like the main thing. I can hear you fine. Alright, good. My what? My volume for Discord? I don't know. Like I said, I'm a Discord noob, so... What happened? Oh, I'm using Streamlabs OBS. Alright, I literally just turned the volume on the music. We don't need to speak. I want to make sure you guys can hear like what we're saying, because that's the main part. That's so weird because I don't have any music playing right now at all. Oh, the video that's playing on the screen. Oh yeah, yeah. The video is with the music. Okay, hold on. Is that better? That's got to be better right there, huh? Oh my god, alright. Okay, that's good, that's good. Alright, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just begin. I thought maybe we'd have something cool in the background, but it looks like the video that I had put up, I couldn't figure out how to turn off the music on that, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. So, guys, I want to go ahead and explain exactly what we're doing here today. I kind of mentioned it in my last live stream that I wanted to do something almost like a game competition sort of thing. And this is what I came up with. This is called Dragon Ball WarZ. And if you guys have seen anything from Screen Junkies, it's essentially very similar to movie fights, where I have 3 contestants here. This is Halusa, ItzSenzu, and Legend. So now you can hear them because the music's not so loud. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, well that's Halusa. But anyway, so I got these guys on here and I gave them, I have a couple questions to ask them. The way this game is going to work is I have 3 questions, there's 3 fighters. These 3 questions they already know, then I have 2 extra questions that they do not know. It's almost like a debate. They're going to have to give me their version of what their answer is, and then sort of debate amongst themselves, poke holes in each other's arguments, all that. And then whoever gives the best argument is going to be the winner. I'm going to be judging it, but I'm going to be having you guys help me out here in the chat. Whoever you think won or what, I'm going to go ahead and kind of be influenced a little bit by you guys. Once we drop once one person gets eliminated, it's a battle to the death by 2 people, and then that's when we get into the whoever got knocked out, he's going to help me judge as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the game because, you know, let's go ahead and get this started already. Okay, let's see here. The first question that I'm going to go ahead and ask is, which is the best Dragon Ball Z movie pre-Battle of Gods and why? And for this, I'm going to be asking all 3 of these fighters. They're going to give me their answer, then the reason, and then I'm going to move on to the next guy. And then after that, they can go ahead and debate amongst themselves. So the first guy we got here is, I'm going to go down the row where we had him, and it's going to be Halusa. So Halusa. It's going to be, yeah, you can go ahead and answer it, yeah.
But Gohan, it basically just showcases Gohan as being the next protagonist in the line that go to fill Goku's shoes, and obviously Trunks to fill Vegeta's shoes. So, and that's where that movie I think sort of lies, and that's why I think that one's better, because it opens up the doors to the next generation. Even though they never actually went down that route, it was a good possibility, and that's what I reckon. Okay, so that's my bit.
All right, I definitely like that answer. ItzSenzu, what do you got? That is interesting. Hold on a second. Yeah, I got the let's see if this helps. Hey, go ahead and talk now, guys. I want to see if that helped any. Oh, is that better? Sorry about that. Guys, I'm using Discord to talk to these guys. I had to create a new Discord for Dragon Ball War, so yeah, I changed it. I changed it to the output volume to being like the highest that there is. Let's see here. I think it's just on output on speakers, USB.
Yeah, so there should be two inputs. There should be your microphone and then also the desktop. So you want to make sure that both of those are cranked right up.
Oh yeah, no, they're both all the way up as high as I can go right now. I think it should be good. Oh look, you just got a new subscriber, ItzSenzu. Hey, thanks, Biscuit. I appreciate that. Or ItzSenzu. Nope, it's still hard to hear him. Which is weird because I can hear you guys like crystal clear.
Yeah, I had the same problem when I did a live stream. I invited ItzSenzu to mine, and do you remember this, Senzu? And yeah, we had this problem where your volume was just not loud enough, but I could hear you perfectly.
Yeah, it was really strange. All right.
That was to do with my the open volume. Hang on, what's it called?
Can you guys hear them now? I tinkered around.
Volume mixer. That was it. Open volume mixer, and the Discord was really low.
I tinkered around a little bit with the volume. Can you guys hear everything?
Oh, there we go. Yep, I heard myself really loud and clear, and that was horrible.
Yeah, I got it nice and loud now. So, did you guys hear? I just want to make sure. Did you guys hear Halusa's? Did you guys hear his answer?
Do you want me to do my answer again? Maybe.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, because we've been having audio problems here in the beginning. So go ahead and give your answer again.
Okay, so for anyone that didn't hear, because I was maybe a little bit too quiet, it's because I'm really far away. That's what it is. So I'm just really, really, really far away. But no, basically the movie I chose, I had a little think about it. I had all these different ideas in my head for different movies and the reasons behind each one. And then I changed my idea and I went with BoJack Unbound. I think someone actually put that in because they did hear what I was saying. They must have had their volume really loud. Basically, I chose that because that movie is to represent the next generation of fighters in the Z universe, or in the Dragon Ball universe, rather. So it basically showcases Gohan's strength to become the next protagonist, and obviously Trunks, or future Trunks, fill in the shoes of his dad, basically. And obviously not doing quite as well as Gohan, because that's pretty much how it backwards and forwards with Goku and Vegeta. So basically, his showcasing of like the ultimate power and taking over from where his father left off, because obviously Goku's dead in this part of the timeline. And that's basically why I chose that, because it was supposed to be like the opening doors to a new era of Dragon Ball, which they obviously didn't go down because people love Goku too much. But I thought it was a good idea, and it could have, if they'd have gone down that route, it would have changed Dragon Ball forever. And it may have been for the better, who knows? But obviously we've got what we've got. So yeah, that's pretty much my answer anyway.
All right, good. You guys hear that good? I'm good I'm glad that the volume is finally working for us. ItzSenzu, go ahead.
All right, the best movie for Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball GT even, I'd have to say Dragon Ball GT: A Hero's Legacy, the best film there is. Of course I jest. In my opinion, the best film would have to be Fusion Reborn. So there's a few reasons for this. Firstly, the character design for Fusion Reborn is otherworldly. You have Janemba, well, Super Janemba, and Super Gogeta alone. I think they're probably two of the best film characters, period. And then you have Cooler, you have the androids. You have all the other movie characters in this film as kind of side villains when the hole to hell is opened. You have all that kind of added detail. You have the dual narrative of the Earth defenders trying to keep stuff calm and stop it getting out of control. And then you also have the fight in hell against Janemba. And then you also have the end with Vegeta, disappearing in hell after the hole to hell is closed. It's all kind of stuff like that to add to this film, which makes it unforgettable and pretty much the best. And there are films like BoJack and Bound which are close, but as Halusa Twin was going to choose this one, I think that also adds a great deal of emphasis how good it is.
Snap.
You, and so damn you, you stole my memories and my mind.
All right, Legend, go ahead.
Okay, so the argument I'm making is for the legendary Super Saiyan Broly. And the reason why is because, firstly, the first Broly movie, which is the one I'm just arguing for, was so good that they had to make 2 sequels. But it's not just about that. Broly is a character that has backstory with both Vegeta and Goku, in that Paragus, Broly's father, hated Vegeta's father and wants revenge on him. But then there's the dual narrative of Goku crying as a baby and somehow that aggravating Broly. Also, Broly, despite being a giant baby, is one of the strongest movie characters in the whole of the DBZ movies. As Team 4-Star put it pretty damn well, he's so cool, but he's also a goddamn baby, which makes him the most interesting movie villain.
Okay. All right. I like all your openings, so go ahead and have at it. Also, just a reminder to the audience, go for the... I know some of you guys have your favorite YouTuber on here and your favorite movie that they may have chosen, or you have another movie, but try to listen to the arguments that they're fighting for, and then put your vote towards that. Go ahead, guys.
Okay, well, basically, I'll start this off if you like. Fusion Reborn, I can get with the points. I mean, like, it's good development for Vegeta's character. Obviously, he's dead. He doesn't understand why he's come back. So, it's good development for him to be a good guy, although he still goes to, still loses his spiritual body, if you will. But the only thing that I think with that movie that sort of I wasn't that keen on was all the comic. I mean, I know there has to be a balance between like the action, the drama, and the comedy, and I felt like it split it down the middle too finely. So it was literally serious when it was coming to like Vegeta and Goku, although there was some comedy bits there. But then when you got to Earth, the parts, especially with like Goten and Trunks, I mean, even the art style changed and their like outlines got thicker as well. So it was almost like a comic book, kind of distracted from the 2 points being like related to the same thing. Janemba, badass villain, but kind of didn't make too much sense. The embodiment of all the negative souls, that's fine. But like he starts off as like, a big boo type thing. And then when Goku just, destroys him or squashes him flat, he turns into that kind of weird, awesome looking demon thing, which I never really understood. The whole world as well that they're in with the flying jelly beans and stuff. I didn't really get that. I didn't really understand what that was all about. And although the visual effects were awesome, especially with like Janemba teleport punching and like, evaporating and reappearing like it was a digital game or something like that. I enjoyed that. But at the same time, I felt like it was half and half and didn't have a strong enough back structure to keep it. But then I suppose because it's in hell, anything can happen. The rules could be changed. But that's my argument on that. With the Broly movie, I suppose this is probably the weakest argument because I feel as though it was too easy. They messed up a lot of the lore. They said that he was the legendary Super Saiyan, when in fact the legendary Super Saiyan was supposed to be 1,000 years before they even took over Planet Vegeta. And this occurred in Planet Vegeta with Broly, especially when he was a baby. The idea of him becoming, obsessed with destroying Goku because he cried. How would he even remember Goku when he was a baby? And how would he know that it was Goku or Kakarot because he was a baby? I mean, he was literally just born. So that kind of backstory there, or the history of that, doesn't make much sense. It's obviously just plot armor to move that story along. And a badass villain, most definitely, and probably one of the strongest villains as well. But I just felt like it was just too convenient to have all that happen without a good solid backstory that actually follows the lore of Dragon Ball as well. So I think the movie makers, because I know it wasn't Akira Toriyama that wrote that one, it was Toei Animation trying to make their movie spin-off. They didn't do enough research of the actual Dragon Ball lore to back up that story to make it more solid. That's my argument on that.
You guys have any rebuttals? Because he is decimating your movies.
Senzu, you go first.
Alright, so firstly, I'm going to start with BoJack and Bound. So, one thing I dislike about BoJack and Bound is the soundtrack. So, when you look at films like Fusion Reborn and Broly, The Legendary Super Saiyan, they both have very memorable soundtracks, especially in the English dub. When compared to BoJack, can you really think of one track used in BoJack which really makes it shine through? I know this is more your specialty, Halusa, so what do you think about this?
With the soundtrack, okay, it might let it down, but I think without the complicated rock soundtrack, it actually opens up more for the storytelling. So there's a lot more to be told, and the movie was still good without the backing of soundtrack. So without a soundtrack, even that movie would still be pretty solid, I reckon.
And then another thing, pacing in the film. So BoJack and Bound, it kind of feels very slow, the build up, but then it pretty much ends in a few minutes. And the same with Broly. Pretty much the whole film is Broly messing everyone up, and in the last 30 seconds Goku defeats him. I think, whereas in Fusion Reborn, it's played out quite a lot more. You know what's going to happen. The first fusion's a complete failure. It's more of a prolonged boss fight, and it's not just one-sided the whole way through. It feels a lot more linear and organic.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you a good point there. It almost feels like with the Fusion Reborn, there's very little beginning to set up the story. It just sort of just happens, and then it pretty much just goes straight through there. I feel like with BoJack Unbound, it had like two entertaining stories rolled into one, which obviously makes it more entertaining, and then keeps you gripped the whole time because you're expecting something to happen when in fact it doesn't, and then something else happens, and you're like, oh, okay, well that's quite interesting. I never expected that to come along. And all right, the fight at the end is quite quick, but it does build up quite well to it, I think.
True.
So I reckon all three movies have a very quick turnaround in terms of, they're losing and then suddenly they win. In the case of BoJack, Gohan was in the first place stronger than BoJack. All he had to do was actually access his Super Saiyan 2 power, and then basically one punch dead. In the case of Janemba, they needed to successfully do the fusion, and then of case one punch dead. And with the case of Broly, though, it required the combined powers of everyone, after already getting the shit kicked out of everyone, to place it into Goku's hands, and he then had to successfully hit Broly, and even then, it still technically didn't kill him.
So you guys are all making pretty good arguments, and I actually liked ItzSenzu's argument on the music. I didn't think about that, and he's got sort of a point there, but all yours have really good villains, and these movies almost live and die by their villains. So let me know why your villain is better than the other villains. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Halusa.
Oh, sorry, dude. Can you say that again? You broke up a little bit at the end there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? It's so weird.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry, dude. What was that last part you said?
ItzSenzu, can you hear me? 'Cause I thought it was pretty good. Can you hear me, ItzSenzu?
I can't hear anything. Is anyone here?
I'm
Oh
still
my-
here.
All right, let
Oh.
me reload Discord to see if it works.
Hello. Oh my god.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
I can hear you now.
Can you guys hear me? Hello.
I can. So can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
And you guys can hear me,
All right,
right?
it wasn't showing on my side.
Hello.
Oh, very strange.
Hello. Alright, good. Hold on a second. Hello.
You keep cutting out.
No, I can't hear it all.
You guys can't hear me? Hello. God damn it. Hello.
Oh, I can't hear anything.
Oh my god.
Darn.
Hello.
Try lowering the sound quality on the voice channel.
Hello.
I really like your streaming program, by the way. I think I'm gonna have to get that.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, decrease the bit rate for the audio channel and it should make it work.
What do you mean? Hello. Hello. God damn it, dude. Yo. Hello. Hello. Damn it, dude.
See, I can hear you on the stream. I just can't hear you in Discord. That's really weird.
Yeah, it's the same for me.
Should I?
Because Discord has a really high bit rate.
Let me log out and let me log back in.
Oh dear.
Technical difficulties.
Should I sing a song?
Go ahead.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. I can hear myself now. It's really weird. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Dilly dilly, there they are, standing in a row. A big. L's in the channel.
Hello.
Drag him dry. Slurp, slurp.
Hello. Hello. Damn it, dude. Doesn't work.
Yeah, this is well, it started off okay. I don't know what's happened exactly. So this is kind of awkward, isn't it?
It's a
Hello?
classic live stream, to be fair.
Hello.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you've seen how many times it goes
Hello?
terribly wrong on mine.
Yeah, same for me.
Problem is, when things go bad, people don't have the patience to sit there for like 20 minutes and watch us with technical difficulty. So
Yeah.
it's a problem.
That's why we need to make it entertaining. So, okay. And everything, and
Hello?
why I'm right, and everyone else is wrong. Do you know what?
Hello?
Is actually my favorite out of all of them. But I do like BoJack Unbound as well. 'Cause
Hello?
These sort of like
That
running,
Like fucking-
you invalidated your own argument. You shouldn't.
yeah,
Just,
no. It's my favorite movie, but BoJack Unbound, I can understand why it would actually be better. Plus, I like the Running Man style, movie game thing that they've got as well. That.
Hello.
best moments in any Dragon Ball moments in the legendary Super Saiyan Broly.
Hello. Can you
Where
guys?
he
Hey, can you
punches
guys?
Goku, didn't he? Punch Goku in the head when he instant transmissions there.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
And he sang karaoke.
Oh yes.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but Discord kicked me out, and I don't know, man. That's annoying, but.
I don't know, but I'm guessing that because you're doing a live stream and you're on Discord at the same time hosting, I think the bandwidth between the two is like cutting out, because when you're talking to us, sometimes you cut out.
Am I cutting out now, or
when you're not live streaming, we can hear you perfectly fine. It's really weird.
am I cutting out now, or am I really clear?
Yes, semi-clear. Sometimes it goes like.
Oh my
A lot
god.
better than before, though.
A lot better
It's a
than
lot
before.
better than before, yeah.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the final statements. Why do you think your movie is the best movie?
Well, I think mine's the best movie because it actually has a proper, legitimate statement that it's trying to make. That the next generation is the future of, is the future just generally, and that the old guys have had their time, and although they do get their time back again, which sucks. But the idea behind the movie BoJack Unbound was that the next generation was the next step forward, and it's their time, not our time, or their or Goku time anymore. Basically, that was the direction I believe that movie was going in. That's why I think it was the best one.
All right, so ItzSenzu, it's your turn.
Right, I'm gonna try and keep my argument short. So down to one word, actually. Gogeta.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, that one's good. Legend.
Vegeta
Go
is
ahead.
Vegeta.
Okay, well, if that's your final argument, well, I could easily just do the same thing and just say Broly, but I think that Legendary Super Saiyan Broly has the best fight scenes out of any of the movies, and of course, like I said, it has a villain that had to come back twice just because fans love Broly so much. And not just that, they had to bring a tribute to Broly into GT in the form of Kale.
That's a good one.
Damn it.
All
That
right.
is pretty good, actually.
Okay, so guys, I mean, whoever stuck around this long through all the technical difficulties, let me know in the comment section below, which movie do you think is best? We have 3 contenders, guys. We have Fusion Reborn, BoJack Unbound, and Broly. I gotta say that I'm leaning more to Halusa, but I liked Legend's final argument where Broly was so good that they had to bring him back. I mean, even in Super, I mean, we never get BoJack or anybody resembling BoJack really. And then we don't get anybody resembling Janemba unless you count Majin Buu, which that's a bit of a stretch, I think. So I mean, unless I got a couple here.
The other thing as well, I think with BoJack is that because they're demons as well, they actually represent a little bit more of the demon realm, although it doesn't state that they're actually from there. And that's something that a lot of fans have always been fascinated with, the demon realm, because it's never been touched on.
That's true. But I'm going to go ahead and give the first point to Legend. Go ahead, Legend. Legend, you're on the board with 1 point. And then that brings me into the next question, which is going to be, which of Jiren's abilities or powers is the best power? Let me know, guys. Go ahead. Halusa, you start again.
Okie dokie. So I had to think about this, right? And it was quite tricky because obviously a lot of his powers are just OP. But the most fascinating one I find is the one where his eyes flash red and then he literally like looks and everyone just like gets bodied by like 1,000 punches like at the speed of light. So I feel like that move is just so quick, it's undetectable even by someone that's, able to detect things that can move at the speed of light. So it's super fast, super powerful, but it's not necessarily like a finishing move or anything like that. It's just one that, he can get the upper hand on and just basically take people by surprise so he can get the upper hand and pretty much finish them off with the last move.
Okay.
That's my argument.
ItzSenzu, you're next. ItzSenzu?
Who's next?
That'll be ItzSenzu, I believe.
Okay.
All right, so
Go ahead.
my argument for Jiren's best power is Jiren's presence itself. So I know it's not really a technical power, but whenever Jiren appears on the field, everyone's scared. Everyone's looking at him. Everyone knows things about to go down. He's kind of like psychologically affects his opponents. And just remember that, what was that guy's name? He went to challenge Jiren, just looked Jiren in the eye and ran the other way.
It was a bug? Was it a bug? Was it the bug guy? He looked kind of like a bug.
No, the one that kind of looked like Frieza but red.
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
Oh yeah, he was from Universe 2, the one with the green jewel in his forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although saying that, Kato Plezra or Kato Prezra, whatever his bloody name was, the super cop guy did try and attack Jiren, knowing that Jiren's feats and all that, and he still got blown away, but he did try and attack him.
Oh man, Halusa's
He
jumping
had no
in.
fear.
Halusa's jumping into the debate even before Legend got his round off. Legend, let me tell me which one's the best power. Which one's Jiren's best power?
Yeah, sorry, I got jumped in there. I got a bit excited.
That's okay.
He got excited.
So I reckon Jiren's best power is simply his physical strength. He doesn't need to use key attacks or gimmicks or anything like that. He's basically Dragon Ball's version of One Punch Man. If you look at the Tournament of Power, which is the only thing we can really judge him on, Jiren got only a handful of eliminations because most of the time he wasn't doing anything. He was mostly meditating and watching. But of the times he did eliminate someone, it was due to his physical strength. His first elimination was, judging on the anime, not the manga, because the manga's not finished, was Majikayo. One punch off the ring. If you look at Hit, a guy who's basically a gimmick incarnate, physical strength completely overpowered him. And then the third character, who is known for his physical strength, Vegeta, he was knocked out by punches, not by key attacks or anything like that. So Jiren's greatest strength is simply his physical attacks.
Okay, so instead of last round where I kind of let you guys duke it out, I'm going to go ahead and ask you one question because all these abilities are meant to take out opponents. They're meant for fighting specifically. So if Goku's right in front of you, it doesn't matter which Goku. It could be based all the way to mastered. It don't matter. Why is your ability going to put you over the top? Halusa, go ahead.
I think the ability I chose is basically because we saw it. It's pretty much evenly matched and maybe even tiny a little bit more. It's only when like Goku goes completely outraged, but he thinks, when he jumps out of his chair basically because he felt like Jiren was trying to harm his friends. They were sort of evenly matched, and obviously when he uses that ability, he does get a few hits in as well.
Okay. ItzSenzu?
Alright, well, in my opinion, the ability that Jiren possesses, his presence, is actually responsible for the Jiren Goku fight, because without Jiren being what Jiren is, this one warrior known throughout the universe as an ultimate power, there would not be a fight. There would not be a reason for Goku to want to fight him. So I'd say it wouldn't help in a fight against Goku, but it did create the fight with Goku.
Oh man, that's actually pretty good. I like that. Legend, go ahead.
Well, the reason he's even got presence in the first place is because he's so strong that he could basically punch someone from the middle of the ring, and even the gods sitting on the bench can feel his overwhelming strength. Even Beerus basically crapped his pants at how strong Jiren was. And when faced against Goku, even in his mastered form, the only time Jiren was ever able to land a hit on Goku once he had mastered Ultra Instinct was with physical attacks. All of his special abilities couldn't land anything, even when he tried to do a dirty move and actually attack the bench.
Yes, but I got kind of a rebuttal there. Is his presence due to his strength, or is his strength due to his presence?
I would say that his presence is due to his strength. He wouldn't be able to have any presence without strength.
But how would he get the training without the presence?
I believe that his special ability, where his eyes go red, is because his physical attacks. Oh, I just debunked myself.
So you're saying that is kind of like Eyeglass has more strength than special ability.
Yes.
Jiren values strength above all else. That's why he's basically a walking can of muscle.
But you can kind of say that's part of his personality and what makes Jiren Jiren, his kind of presence.
I love the name of this. Eye Meteor Burst. That's the move. That's awesome.
Okay.
I think the eye meteor burst is actually he's looking at you and you're staring into his eyes so much, and what's actually happening is that he's punching you so fast you can't see it.
Yeah, like a speed blitz.
Yeah, with flashing red eyes. Yeah, cool. Wicked.
Okay. I think I have my answer, but you guys in the comment section, the chat, let me know which ability is the strongest here. Who made the better argument? Is it presence, eye power, or strength? Let me know. For me, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my thoughts. Presence, I like the fact that presence is being used in some way, being connected to the other two. And I love the argument that that's the only reason that Goku was able to fight off, that was the only reason that Goku wanted to fight Jiren. But I don't see how drawing in the second strongest fighter would be beneficial to trying to win the tournament. I guess as a bonus or a positive. I don't see that. As the eye power goes, I feel like the eye power is connected to the strength. Because if you were throwing weak punches, no matter how fast, it's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be.
Yeah. That's it. I think it is. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's definitely connected to the physical.
So
because it is physical hits that he's doing. I think they're just so fast that they're just undetectable, so they're unavoidable basically.
So I see a couple of people here in the chat saying strength, like Robert,
Biscuit
3000, huh?
Belma went on to say that it was Jiren's kind of presence and attitude which drew him to Jiren, which led to Jiren getting his strength.
Oh, you're trying to throw the little the icing on the cake. Sweeten the deal on that one.
Just like his eyes. Oh yeah.
Anybody want to refute? Oh, my bad.
Ooh, background music.
That was my phone. Man. My bad. Anybody want to?
I was thinking that.
Anybody want to refute what ItzSenzu said or give their last thoughts? I'm assuming that's ItzSenzu's last thoughts on presence. So anybody else have anything?
I think I'm pretty good. I can't think of any more things to do with eyes, to be honest.
I'm just going to say
the speed of it.
Owarida.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead.
Oh, yeah. And how many times did he say that and it wasn't?
And every time he used that, it was during a gimmick attack, not when he was actually punching someone.
That's very true, actually.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and give this point to ItzSenzu just because of that last little bit. I do like that. That's the only reason that he got the power for it. So right now we have ItzSenzu has one and Legend has one. And that leads us to Halusa. That leads us to the next and final not final question, but next question. And that is, besides Vegeta, which Saiyan would make the best king of planet Vegeta? And Halusa, I'm going to go with you.
Okay, so I chose Trunks, and I don't mean future Trunks either. I mean Kid Trunks. Kid Trunks grew up, we're assuming that when he grows to an adult, he's got a lot of Vegeta's influence in him, so he has the good and the bad side of Vegeta. So he has his strength as well as his compassion that he grows to, develop. And obviously we've seen, Kid Trunks being quite ruthless, but then being quite fair as well. So having the diplomatic balance between the two, he would be able to make the hard call, and then he would also be able to be compassionate towards the rest of his people if they needed him.
Okay.
And also, he's a prince of a prince, basically. So that's also another thing.
So he's up next if Vegeta dies again, essentially.
Yeah.
All right. ItzSenzu, let me know. Let me know what you think.
So, firstly, I'd like to ask, what do you want for a leader? Do you want someone strong? Do you want someone wise? Do you want someone who is fair? Do you want someone who's kind? Now, to answer this, Gohan is all of them things and more. Firstly, for a leader, you have to be smart, you have to know what to do. And out of all the Saiyans, Gohan is by far the most intelligent. You could argue that Trunks is also smart, with him taking over Capsule Corp in GT. But that is GT, we can't really use that as the main argument. And in both the future and main timeline, Gohan becomes either a scholar or a leader, which are both traits which are favorable for a ruler. Now, secondly, unlike most Saiyans, Gohan is not brutal by nature, so he does have the raw power to back up his status. So that is my main argument there.
Okay.
And my answer is Bardock. Out of all of the Saiyans that actually have names in the Dragon Ball Z anime and movies, only including Universe 7, Bardock is the only proven leader that can absolutely gain the loyalty and respect of those who follow him. He's someone who's brave and willing to sacrifice himself for his people, maybe stupidly, but against overwhelming odds, what else can a person do? To the other Saiyans, the halfling Saiyans, they have, even if they're a prince of a prince, Trunks, firstly, would probably be a bastard, so that's not really a strong claim to the throne, whereas Bardock is a pure blood Saiyan. And Gohan is too soft. And a king must be kind, but he also must be strong, or else he'll be overthrown, especially if your race is a bunch of bloodthirsty maniacs. And if it wasn't Vegeta to be king, Bardock is the only viable choice. Certainly not Goku.
Okay. I like all those. Halusa threw a curveball because I thought he was talking about Trunks, future Trunks for some reason, and then he threw in Kid Trunks. So I like your thinking. I'm gonna go ahead and go down the line and ask you guys a question, because when it comes to ruling, you have to think of the Universe 7 Saiyans and how they behave, where they're at that level, in power, and what are the threats that they face. So going to you, Halusa, with Kid Trunks. How would Kid Trunks rule a nation if how would Kid Trunks rule the world of Planet Vegeta? Like, what would be like the direction that he as a leader would go?
Well, I think because he would have quite a lot of Vegeta's traits and personalities, as well as his mother's traits and personalities, both being very strong, independent people by themselves. He would be able to follow that on and be able to make his own calls. Obviously listen to his people, but then he'd be able to rule them as well and lead them in the way, because obviously they're savagery way. He'd be able to, draw it down the line and explain exactly, what they need to do and how they need to do it and how they need to get there. Obviously with his intelligence as well, because growing up in Capsule Corp, as he gets older, we assume that, I'm not going by GT, but just as an assumption, because he's growing up in a family where they're all scientists, that he would, follow in his mother's footsteps on that side. So he'd have the intelligence as well as the brute strength of his father. So that way he would have all the necessaries to be a good ruler. Whereas, obviously, with Bardock, his story is he tried to stop Frieza from destroying his planet and his people. Not necessarily, obviously, it was kind of a righteous thing, but essentially Bardock was still kind of a bad guy, because that was where it started at the beginning. The only reason his mind sort of changed a little bit is because he got that vision of Frieza destroying his people and his planet. He just didn't want to be destroyed, so he only made that revolution because of that. Which, okay, is good to save his people, but none of them listened to him when he told them. They didn't believe him. They were just like, low-level Saiyan, you're just talking trash. And then when he actually stood up there and tried to do something about it, even them was trying to stop him from getting to Frieza until the very last bit when, obviously, he gets destroyed. And with Gohan, I think Gohan would just be too soft. I think he's got good leadership skills and all the rest of it, but I just think he would be too soft with the barbaric Vegeta Saiyans, and they would just overthrow him.
Okay. All right. ItzSenzu.
Alright, so let's say Vegeta Saiyans even wanted to overthrow Gohan. How could they? So Nappa was the leader of the Saiyan army, had a power of 4,000. Ultimate Gohan.
Power scaling. Sorry, I shouldn't read that, but it doesn't really work because it's like Gohan wasn't even born when Planet Vegeta was destroyed.
Yeah, but I think
let's assume that Planet Vegeta was still alive or still running or whatever, and they ascended and all the rest of it, like the rest of the Saiyans did, and met each other at the same level in the same age.
so you're saying they're all kind of relative to Goku.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I don't see Planet Vegeta lasting, to be honest. So I don't really think it matters who's king. If it's all around
That's
Goku,
not the argument, though. That's not the argument. It doesn't matter whether or not it lasts 1 second or 100,000 years. Who makes the best? Who can gain the inspiration of the Saiyan people, and who can lead them without essentially overthrowing? Let's face it, they're probably fairly mutinous. I mean, just see how many times that the Saiyans revolted against Frieza.
Yeah, but if you got a population of Super Saiyans, then you need a diplomat, not a cold-blooded killer. Because if you have Bardock, then he starts a fight, civil war, planet's destroyed. If you have Trunks, he is not as articulate as Gohan. Starts a civil war, planet destroyed. If we're dealing with Super Saiyans rather than just base Saiyans, I don't really think there's any way of being a good king other than being a good diplomat.
So okay,
But what about leadership?
a legend.
Sorry,
I got one for you.
Yep. Sure.
How does Bardock defend the planet against threats like not only Frieza but Majin Buu? Say Kid Buu decided to just say he was resurrected, kills Babidi, and then starts taking out planets left and right. He ends up popping up instant transmission planet Vegeta. What would be how would Bardock handle that? And I'm actually going to go through all you guys because I think this is a really good question. How would Bardock handle Kid Buu? And that's like a threat.
Bardock
That's like a
would lose
real
against
threat.
Kid Buu.
What?
Like Bardock would lose against Kid Buu. Let's be real.
But what would he do? Like what would be, how would he save, like say you knew Kid Buu was coming, you had like a couple hours and to come up with a plan. Say you heard that he's coming this direction, he's instant transmissioning through your side of the galaxy, so he'll be here within the hour. Around there.
I mean, the only thing that the Saiyans could possibly hope for was a full moon. That's about it.
You say a full moon?
But then again, don't forget, Bardock is a brilliant scientist, and he did create that the light ball technique.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
just kidding.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, all right. Anybody want to fact check him? Okay. And the same question to you guys, Halusa, ItzSenzu, whoever wants to jump in. Kid Buu's coming right to your planet. How do you handle it?
Well, I think by that time, adult Trunks, from Kid Trunks, being an adult, would already have ascended past the level of Super Saiyan 3 and, onwards, and would be able to take out Kid Buu just as easily as Goku did when he was in his Super Saiyan 2 form with the Spirit Bomb, the Super Universal Spirit Bomb. So I think he wouldn't have that much of a problem, really, just erasing him.
Well, yeah, same with Trunks. Ultimate Gohan would just slap Buu.
Ultimate
Well,
Gohan.
the thing is, Ultimate Gohan did actually go up against Majin Buu and was too soft to finish the job.
Yes, but you forget the only reason he was being so soft is because he's new to the ultimate form, and in Dragon Ball Super, he kind of got over his whole cockiness.
Oh, and of course, and back at Senzu, I don't know why I'm doing this, but Super Buu did have his family inside his head, so
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Okay, all right. I think I picked who the winner is, and I think it's gonna have to go with ItzSenzu. Although Gohan is extremely soft-hearted, and he lets opponents get off easy. I think if he was going against a threat like Kid Buu, he wouldn't do that because Kid Buu is more of a monster than say what's it called? Buu. Who was he facing off?
Super Buu.
Super Buu with Gotenks inside of him. So he knew his family was in him, so that's exactly the reason why he was super soft. With a threat like Kid Buu, I think that would be more of a monster level thing where he would be like, you know what, time to really go in. And when it comes to being smart, being a leader. I mean, I think ItzSenzu made a good case on Gohan having all the qualifications. As far as Kid Trunks, I don't know, Halusa. You kind of were like Kid Trunks, and then he grows up and becomes Super Saiyan 3, and I don't know if, you know, once he gets to max power, I don't even think he would be able to face off against, unless he went through fusion, but that's even throwing Gotenks into the mix. And as far as Bardock goes, I feel like, I forget who made the argument, but the fact that Bardock is more in it for himself, like he was more trying to, he wasn't trying to save Planet Vegeta or be its leader, but just save the people, the race, I guess. I don't know if that is more of a dig at Bardock. So I'm going to go ahead and give this point to ItzSenzu. So that means that Halusa is out, and
I'll make good arguments as well.
And this is going to be a fight between ItzSenzu and Legend. And we only have 2 more questions left, so it's anybody's game here. And you guys haven't prepped for these, so these are going to be... I'm going to go ahead and give you guys these questions kind of like in a rapid-fire mode. And you guys just... Whoever says their answer first is going to be the one picking that answer, essentially. So, who would you have rather seen in the Tournament of Power? Ultra Instinct Vegeta or Evil... Oh, can you hear me now?
Sorry, I'm breaking up.
Yeah, it's just breaking up a little bit.
Nah, don't tell me that. No, not again.
Maybe just go to push to talk just for a moment, just because otherwise, if we can't hear the whole question, I can't answer it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't answer it.
Alright.
That's the whole question. Who would you have liked to seen at the Tournament of Power? Would that include people from Z, people from Dragon Ball, people from GT, or anything like that?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I only have 2 answers, and you guys got to pick one of them. Ultra Instinct Vegeta or Evil Angels?
Ultra Instinct Vegeta.
Okay, Legend picked Ultra Instinct Vegeta, so that leaves ItzSenzu with Evil Angels. So, go ahead and debate which one's better, and I'll pick whoever makes the best argument.
Alright, do you want me to start off?
Yeah, anybody, yeah. Either ItzSenzu or Legend. ItzSenzu, you have Evil Angels, and Legend has UI Vegeta.
Alright, I'll actually argue why UI Vegeta is a terrible idea. So, Vegeta has Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, which is a special individual form. And Ultra Instinct as a form is more special for Goku. And if, let's say, you give it Goku, let's say you give it Vegeta, it kind of reduces the specialness of the form and its overall impact on the plot. Like, look at Super Saiyan Blue. When we first fought it, it was really cool, you know, a new form. Now, it's not that special. Look at Super Saiyan 2, when Gohan first introduced it. It was a crazy new form, now it's not so special. If you start giving everyone Ultra Instinct, it devalues it. But because Goku got Ultra Instinct, just Goku, not including the Gods of Destructions or Angels, and it's not even mastered, it adds a lot of value to the form as a whole. And for the Evil Angels, I don't really think it's here or there. It's a cool plot concept, but I do think it's more important or better for the Dragon Ball series than Ultra Instinct Vegeta would be.
Well, my thoughts is that are we talking about participants in the Tournament of Power? Because if it was Evil Angels weren't participating in the Tournament of Power.
Legend.
So
I think it's more plot point.
It's more that the Angels are evil.
Oh, I see. So all of the Angels are actually... So it's not that the case is like there's extra...
No.
Like, for example, we saw the Grand Priests were evil.
No. It's all the Angels had an evil plot. I think it was a theory that was going around. Evil Angels theory.
Yeah, I remember.
Ah, right. I see.
So, Legend, what you got for UI?
The best argument I suppose I can make for Mastered Ultra Instinct Vegeta is, for one thing, that's the name of the stream, enter Mastered Ultra Instinct Vegeta. I think that's what a lot of... Let's face it, Vegeta is one of the most popular characters, and yeah, it would make Mastered Ultra Instinct not that special, but let's face it, that even with Mastered Ultra Instinct, Goku didn't necessarily win the tournament using that. It certainly did help, but he didn't win using it. And giving Vegeta that power as well wouldn't necessarily make him stronger than Goku, but it would, again, reiterate that Vegeta is Goku's rival, even when they're working together and have the same ability at the same time.
Actually, I'd argue that Ultra Instinct Vegeta would destroy Ultra Instinct Goku, considering that Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta's final flash completely baffled Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku in terms of the power.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's true, but it also completely exhausted him, and it also it didn't actually work.
Okay.
You look at like the impact of something, it didn't.
All right. So one thing I haven't heard of is in this round is why evil angels are good and why evil angels are bad. So ItzSenzu, why are evil angels good?
Well, I don't think it's really good or bad. I think it's kind of a neutral plot point. Like, I think it's better that the angels would be evil than they would be good, because it does add a lot of. It's a breath of fresh air into the franchise. But I don't think it's the greatest thing, to be honest. I just think it's a lot better than Master Ultra Instinct Vegeta.
Okay. How about you, Legend? Why are evil angels bad?
It just adds extra complication. Makes the story even more convoluted than it need to be.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and give this point to Legend, mainly because ItzSenzu kind of stated that evil angels are not really that good or neutral. Like I said, you guys are supposed to be fighting for the topics, and you did a good job. I liked how UI Vegeta is bad. I like that argument. Personally, for me, I think that UI Vegeta is overkill. But I do like the argument that Legend made, where it would have been it wouldn't have been as bad as you might have thought. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that point to Legend, and now we are on the tiebreaker. This is it. This is for all the marbles, and I have a really goofy one for you. So you guys ready for this? This is the end. This is it. And I'm glad that my audio hasn't broken up yet. So that's good.
Oh.
All right. Can you guys both hear me?
Oh, you broke up.
Oh, can you guys both hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yep.
Who would you rather start a small business with? Police Krillin or farmer with a gun?
Options like last time, or do we get to pick?
Oh yeah. I'm giving you two options. So again, who would you rather start a small business with? Police Krillin or farmer with a shotgun?
Wait, who's the other option?
Both options are Police Krillin, which is Krillin as a policeman, or farmer with a shotgun, the guy who shot at rabbits.
So two options.
Since I'll let you choose first. I chose first last time. You go first.
Alright, easily farmer with a shotgun.
Sorry, what did you say?
Farmer with a shotgun.
Is that what you chose?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Police Krillin. Is that right?
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead. Start.
Alright, do you want me to start it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, so firstly, the farmer with a shotgun is both a farmer and has a shotgun. So, he has money, and he can make more money by robbing banks with his shotgun. So we've got a farmer who makes his money with farming, so you can make a business based on farming. And let's say your farming business kind of falls under, you can turn to crime using his shotgun. And mighty power level of 5.
So, that's an interesting business, like a Grand Theft Auto kind of business, but that's fine. My argument for police officer is it's the opposite with Krillin. Because Krillin has to obey the law since he's a police officer. But my argument for Krillin is that he's got connections like crazy. Not only does he know the strongest person in the universe, he knows the god of destruction, he knows the Supreme Kai, he knows the richest person in the world, and he literally knows God, and that is to say, Dende. So, whatever Krillin decides to do for his business, however silly it might be, he's got connections. It's going to happen one way or another.
Yes, but you forget that the farmer with a shotgun has Omni King tier luck. He survived being shot with a bullet fired by rabbits, which should be impossible for a human. So I say he's got Omni King level luck, so whatever he sets out to do, he achieves, or he achieves unconsciously. So I say any business practice he partakes in is going to succeed regardless of what it is.
Mastered Ultra Instinct Farmer with a gun. Oh wow, I've seen that video.
And
Except that we've seen multiple times that like bullets wouldn't even hurt Krillin, and he's a police officer, so on his side job he'd be able to like literally catch the bullets.
But the thing is, you know, Krillin's bald. Farmer with Shotgun's got hair.
Okay,
That's racist.
I got a follow-up question. Okay, so what business are you guys starting?
In fact,
What's the Krillin fact?
sorry, go on.
Oh, okay. What kind of business are you starting up?
Well, with the Farmer with Shotgun, it's going to be kind of a farming business, but it's going to be a cover for crime, which is going to be committed with the shotgun.
Okay. How about you, Legend?
And Krillin would do the only thing that he truly loves. He would become the owner of an online dating website.
Oh no. You've won.
Okay. Wow. All right. What do you think, Halusa? Who do you think won? I think I already got mine.
To be honest with you, I've got to definitely say Krillin on that side. And just a Krillin fact that I wanted to put in, because you mentioned him being bald. Krillin believes being bald makes him stronger as well. So he's got a lot more confidence when it comes to that size.
He's also not naturally bald.
No, he shaves.
Oh, yeah.
And waxes.
That's true. Okay,
Well, you see the
so...
Farmer with Shotgun worked, but he's too strong. It breaks every time.
Okay, so
I just think crime is not a very good business venture, you know, because eventually you get caught, and you'll probably get caught by Krillin, so Krillin will still have it.
But you see, the Farmer with the Shotgun's at such a level where he actually controls the law.
I gotta give it to Legend, just because the same as Halusa. Yeah, police Krillin all the way. I think that would, he's not only does he have the connections, but you know, anything he goes for. Well, actually, I like the dating website. I don't know how Android 18 would like him running that, but
well, he doesn't have to participate in his business.
You think she'll trust him?
You know, he's not. It's not like he's a pimp. He's just helping other lonely guys out there find love the way he did.
Other Krillins. Oh, so the poster of him, the poster on the website is him with 18, and he'd be like, "I use the dating website, and look what I got."
And the logo could be the Mafuba jar. It's called the Mafuba dating site.
Look at that. We're making your arguments for you.
Evil.
And so I gotta give the point.
I think the concept sells itself. That's why.
I think I gotta give the point to. Oh, what were you say? Halusa.
I mean, I do like Farm with a Shotgun, but yeah, I think Krillin's just a little bit in front there. He is a good guy there. I mean, you know, he did put up a good fight against a bullet, so you know there is that feat. But then you know, Krillin, when he was a kid, got shot by launch, and literally, you know, they just bounced off. Well, they actually went through him, but he's...
Actually, I got another argument. The father with Shotgun seems to be immortal. So no matter how many times your business fails, it'll eventually succeed. Because from the start of Seed to Battle of Gods, he's not aged at all.
That is true.
But Krillin is basically Dragon Ball's version of a zombie because he keeps coming back to life. You can't kill Krillin.
Oh yeah.
But you can't kill Farmer with Shotgun either. So it's unstoppable force versus the immovable object.
So that negates your argument then.
Guys,
True.
I gotta give it to Legend. Legend won. This is the first Dragon Ball WarZ, and Legend won. Congratulations, Legend. Thanks to all you guys who are in the chat who stuck by. I know we had some technical difficulties and a bunch of stuff happened, but hopefully the next one we'll have it a little bit more figured out, and maybe we'll get some of these guys to come back for rematches. And you know, if you guys want to send any questions, any interesting questions that could be on the show, let us know. Send it to any of us, and we'll go ahead and get them. But before we go, do you guys want to plug anything in, or anybody?
Well, I mean, like, I've got a couple of things. I mean, like, you guys probably know my channel. Well, I don't know if you know my channel, but if you don't know my channel, quickly check it out. If you like Dragon Ball style themed music, Faulkner style, and I've been doing a little bit of Sumitomo style stuff as well, mixed in. Kind of a blend of my own style, but I do covers as well. Also, as well, check out KamehamehaCon. That's going to be next week. If you haven't got tickets already, it's probably too late. But you could catch up with the main panels by going onto either their website or onto their Twitter, so they'll keep up to date there as well. So that's about it.
All right,
Yeah, and
ItzSenzu.
if you like Dragon Ball Z mods for Xenoverse, if you like seeing different characters in the game, I put Darkseid in the game, I put Thanos in the game, I put Saitama Jiren Fusion in the game, so many more characters. You should check out my channel, they're exclusive there.
And he even put a Nuki Halusa in there as well, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, I'd like to thank my opponents for being here. They put up some really good arguments.
Yeah, it was fun.
But my channel is not related to Dragon Ball in any way, shape, or form. I just do games, and mostly strategy games. So if you're here just for Dragon Ball stuff, I don't have anything for you in that regard. I know Dragon Ball Black from way back when he was in Total War, and I've always been a big Dragon Ball fan.
You ever played Dragon Ball Fighter Z or Fighters at all?
Yeah, I played it on a live stream. Yeah, it doesn't really do
okay.
well for me, like Dragon Ball stuff. Like I love Dragon Ball, but I get all my views from strategy games.
Right, yeah. You should definitely check out that Legends game as well. It looks pretty decent.
Oh.
Apparently, voiced the new character Shalop is voiced by Kagi as well, so that's a bit of a surprise.
All right, guys.
Well, I'm gonna have to go, guys. See ya.
Yeah,
That was pretty fun.
I left all their links for their channels in the
Good
description
arguments,
below.
I'll catch you another time.
All right,
Right.
take it easy, man. All right, guys. I left all the links in the description below to all these guys. ItzSenzu, Halusa Twin, and Legend. So go ahead and check them out, guys. But I'm gonna head out too. Thanks, guys, for watching, and hope to see you in the next one. And hopefully it goes better than this one. Take it easy, guys.
I think it went well.